But we're going to do our predictions right now, everybody. So, Jimmy, let me begin with you. It's going to be tough. Let's talk about the champion, baby. I know that we started with that, but are you sticking with Liverpool winning this whole thing?
Yeah, I am. I for all the reasons I mentioned before, I think Liverpool are going to be the champions. It's going to be close. I do think that there's going to be some distraction for City because of their desire to win the Champions League in particular. But they're going to be in the running for every trophy, both of those clubs. And we'll see who gets the most at the end. But I like Liverpool. I think there's going to be something I didn't add before, too. It's hard to win 3 straight league titles, no matter what league you're in around the world, unless you're in Germany, because then it's
I was going to say, unless you're Bayern Munich.
It's just Bayern Munich.
Or the old school Juventus. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. They should give a trophy, like a proper trophy, to getting second in the Bundesliga. But I just think it's going to be difficult for them to win 3 consecutive times. Even to stay motivated for 3 consecutive years is going to be difficult, despite all of their success and despite all the talent on the team.
You have Man City second, though, right?
I do.
Okay, Liverpool, Man City. Mike, who's your champion?
I agree with Jimmy. I think Liverpool, I think the fact that they still have a core attacking group and a core defensive group makes all the difference. Yes, there's still questions to be asked. Can Thiago stay healthy? But they've answered a little bit of that. A player that I love, what he did for Fulham last season, Carvalho. Young player, attacking element, really gives them an attacking midfielder, which they haven't had under Jurgen Klopp in a minute. The fact that you have more depth with Darwin Nunez, who's gotten off the mark and really looks like a player who can come off the bench and be an impact sub. And what a hell of an impact he had against City. Mohamed Salah, new contract. He's more settled, and he's going to be more provider for this potent Liverpool attack. And I think it gives them an extra dimension over Manchester City.
Yeah, and like Jimmy said at the beginning, a happy Mohamed Salah as well is always a good thing. If they can stay fit, I see it happening. But I'm going to actually do it, Jimmy. I'm going to predict Man City to win it for a 3rd time in a row. Having said all this, we haven't mentioned this, and I promise we'll go quickly on the other predictions. But this is a Premier League season of 2 halves. This is a Premier League season of teams trying to do things before the World Cup, and then it's a big break of the World Cup. So this is unprecedented waters. So it's going to be intriguing to see how these teams do after Qatar, because that's going to be a key thing. All right, let's go very quickly on these predictions then. Jimmy, back to you. Top 4, give it to me.
Top 4, Liverpool, City. I'll say Chelsea and then Spurs, which is almost the same exact as it was the previous season. I think 3rd and 4th can be interchangeable. I think Arsenal and Man United, who I have at 5th and 6th, it's all very, very close. I think 3rd through 6th is going to be separated by 4 or 5 points tops.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough. Mike, top 4.
Liverpool 1, City 2, Tottenham 3. Sorry, Chelsea. The Arsenal 4.
Wow.
Yeah, going there. Just went there.
Jesus.
Well, Mike,
Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the Jesus train.
I get it.
Given what he did last year, I'm not even an Arsenal fan. It pains me to say this.
Mike, you know what? So am I. That's exactly my top 4 as well, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, aside from the top 2, Man City winning it, Liverpool 2nd. I have Tottenham 3rd and Arsenal 4th. I believe in this Arteta thing. I really do. I have Chelsea just scraping off Jimmy
If
Conrad.
I roll out the best 11 for Chelsea right now, you're like, oh, Mendy, best goalkeeper in the world. Oh, cool. Thiago Silva, one of the most experienced.
I know, but I go back to what you said.
I know,
but back earlier to what you said. There's no identity with Chelsea.
I
agree. Worries me a little bit. And also, the big Chelsea problem for me is the spine. Where is your spine? Koulibaly is fantastic. Thiago Silva too, but they have never played together. Conte's not getting any younger, man. I'm telling you. I don't know. Chelsea fans are going to get.
They're really good on paper.
They're pretty good.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to win the whole friggin' thing now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. All right, Mike, to you. Golden Boot. Who's scoring the most goals this Premier League season?
Jeez.
A reminder that Mohamed Salah and Heung-min Son, by the way,
Yeah.
tied that record. And then Harry Kane was 17. But Mohamed Salah and Heung-min Son scored 23 apiece last season. Who do you have as your Golden Boot this time around?
Golden Boot winner is going to be Harry Kane. I think the fact that he has service, the fact that he's settled, the fact that he's back in the Champions League and has a point to prove not just with England in the World Cup, but with Antonio Conte, who seems to have him smiling again. They have depth, they have service. Harry Kane.
He's got more
I'm going
people to
with-
share a ball with. I don't know.
I
That's
know.
an
Well,
interesting one. Go
Jimmy,
ahead.
well, I was just going to say before you jump in, I'm going with a Tottenham player too, but I'm going with Heung-min Son.
Wow.
He's going to be the golden boot scorer. Who do you think, Jimmy? Who's your top scorer?
I'm going to go Erling Haaland. I just think he's going to get a lot of
Yeah.
opportunities. I think that he's going to turn that tap-in merchant stuff into something special. And I can just see where every time City plays, he's going to have 2 or 3 chances to score. That's what it's going to look like. And the guy averages a goal a game every time he steps on the field in all competitions. So it's hard not to. He's the bookie's favorite to make that happen. Heung-min Son's an interesting one. He tied with Mo Salah last year and didn't score any penalties. So he scored 23 goals, and all of them were non-penalty goals.
He's unbelievable, man.
But
hey, good point by
I don't
Des
know.
Norris, Jimmy Conrad, by the way. Haaland and Salah, they can just sit on their couch in
relax during the
November
World Cup.
and relax during the World Cup.
Yep.
So that could be a big thing there. That's right. All right, well, let's talk about your player of the season, Jimmy Conrad. Who's your player of the season?
Oh, God. Well, if Liverpool win, then I'm going to probably go with Mo Salah. I think there's going to be more ball for him to share as well with Darwin Nunez coming in. It's just a little bit of a different slant as to providing service for him as opposed to Sadio Mane or Firmino. Firmino's more of a link-up player, right? Or Jota. So I think that Mo Salah is going to break the curse of signing a big new contract and playing poorly after that happens. And I think he's going to end up being the most important piece for Liverpool. Though when Liverpool wins or even City wins, there's like 3 or 4 players you could probably pick to be player of the year. But I'll go with the popular name, Mo Salah.
So once again, Salah will win it. All right. Well, Mike, I'm going to go with Heung-min Son. Guess what? I'm just loving my South Korean right now. Who do you have as your player of the season?
I think the fact that this guy is figuring out that as he goes, Manchester City goes, even though they will not win the Premier League. Kevin
Again?
De Bruyne. Again. This guy just keeps getting better and better.
He's really
cannot not watch this guy. And he scores goals now. Before he pretty much would say, okay, what's the schedule? Chelsea's coming in 2 months. Okay, I'll dish out assists and just score 2 on Chelsea. But now he's just scoring for fun. When City needs a goal, who are you going to call? Kevin De Bruyne. And we'll see how he does with Erling Haaland and the team. Can also rack up the assists. But KDB, man, this guy is
he's world class, no question.
He is world class. There's no doubt about it. Here's an interesting one, and I'm sorry for you both if you haven't thought about this, but this is a good question from Des Norris and our production team. The first manager to be sacked. Ooh. Who is that going to be? Actually, I know exactly who it is, and I know who Jimmy's going to say. Jimmy, tell me.
Not so super Frank Lampard.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to go with. I'm going with Frank Lampard too. Mike Lahoud, who do you think?
I feel like I was trashing on this guy because of what he did at Fulham, but I'm going to go Parker.
Scott Parker.
Scott Parker.
Scott Parker manages
Bournemouth
now. Remember?
Yeah. No. I'm saying.
So
yeah.
I'm going. Yeah. No. It's gonna the trail of tears from Fulham to Bournemouth is gonna follow him. But I'm going Scott Parker. I don't like what they've done in the window. Yes, they gotten up to the Premier League, but I just don't think he's a Premier League manager.
Really.
Michael Who does not like Scott Parker. I just want to
pretty much. I just got this like bottom
down with the cherries. Yeah.
Well, from the Southwestern trains taking it from London all the way to Bournemouth, he's going to get fired, according to Mike Lahoud. All right, here we go. Jimmy, you kind of alluded this to it already, but Mike, I'll jump with you first. Who's getting relegated? Give me your 3 teams.
Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, come on, man. What's your romanticism?
Yeah, seriously.
We've seen this happen in the Prem before. Spend a lot of money.
All right, fine.
And
okay, Wolves. Keep going. And Wolves. What?
Okay. No, I like that. Jimmy?
Oh, but that's the Portuguese national team in the Premier League. Have some respect. I'm going to say Bournemouth are going to be the bottom of the bottom. Their first 4 games too are extremely difficult. They're playing, I think, 4 out of the top 6. It's something insane. So that they're going to be at the bottom to start, and they're going to stay there the whole season. I got Everton finishing in 19th. Sorry, Everton. I've seen enough glimpses of what happened last season and enough in preseason to know where this is going to go. I do, though, want to put a little asterisk next to this prediction because I think it's important to say that if they do get a new manager early on, maybe I feel like I should have the freedom to change that if they change that managerial position early. And then I got Fulham going down. Marco Silva, I like what he's done. Obviously, Alexander Mitrovic is an absolute beast in the championship. Only 24 goals in 104 career Premier League games. And that's not the worst return of all time. but he's going to need to score 24, I think, in this season alone for them to stay up. They're going to need that type of output. I think it's going to be a long season for them. As much as I want to see them and Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream, national team players, continue to play in the Premier League, I just think it's going to be a long one for them and a lot different than what they face in the championship. Plus 63 goal difference, though, in the championship last year. That's nothing to sneeze at. I just think they're going to run into it, and it's going to be a little bit harder. So I got Fulham going down.
Yeah, Marco Silva was already quoted in saying that he feels his Fulham are not ready. And well, you
go,
be
kiss of
ready
death.
because it's in a few days. That's right. Well, Jimmy, mine is not that dissimilar from yours. I have Bournemouth as the bottom as well. I have Fulham actually in 19th. I have Everton in 18th, and Wolves just about there. So it's a toss-up right there.